There are powers on Earth too hidden to be seen, and conspiracies too vast to comprehend. For years, the world has seen fact distorted, reality manipulated, and the truth concealed. Join the Pierre Sebac podcast to uncover the real meanings behind ancient aliens and their symbolism.
Hi, this is Pierre Sebac, unlocking the keys to the mysteries. Now today I'm going to be talking about ancient alien abduction, and I'm going to be looking in particular at the deities and how the deities such as the gods and the angels actually are related to this very ancient tradition of ancient alien abduction. Now we're also going to be looking at polyglottal word symbolism. So these are word plays which play out in many different languages, and this talk today is particularly going to be looking at scatological symbolism. So this is the deconstruction of angelic vessels within the ancient mysteries. Now traditionally an angelic vessel would be represented as a ship or a chariot. In addition, they can be also represented as seed baskets, vessels, shields, wheels. So these are all different types of emblems or signifiers which are related to the angels. So first of all, I'm going to actually look at the etymology for the Hebrew host and see how that actually interrelates with angelic abduction. So first of all, the Hebrew word Sabaoth, which means host, but is used within biblical discourse to refer to the angelic host, is related to the etymology of Teva, which is a type of ship or an ark, and Sabaoth the host is related to Sab, which is abduction. So we can see automatically that the ancient etymology of Sabaoth or Saba, which is army, but the implication is really or related to a naval army, which is found in the etymology of Teva, which is an ark or a ship, is also related to Sab, which is abduction. Okay, so Saba and Sab, which is abduction. Now we find the same correspondence, which is a polyglottal symbol, within the Greek also. So within the Greek wording, the wording for God, theos, a god, is related to thurios, which is a shield. Now this is a type of angelic shield because, as I've mentioned before in many of my videos, the shields were used within Greek symbolism. They were adorned on the side of a vessel, so the shield is a signifier of the vessel. Now in addition, they were also used as missiles as well, so they were placed into catapults and they were flung as a type of missile into the air. So the shield is a spinning type of shield which is related to the angelic host. So we see then that there is this if you like, this alignment between the word in theos, God, thurios, which is a shield, which is a flying shield, which is used in the Greek symbolism to refer to the Ophanim wheels, which in the Judaic mysteries is a type of angelic vessel, and we have thurio, which is to catch or to trap. So once again, as found within the Judaic traditions, the host or the angelic host is again related to this idea of catching or trapping or a type of abduction. Now when we go into the etymologies of Yahweh, which is God, we see that the word Yahweh, which is related to the word God, from the etymology to be or I am, denoting an entity. But the word Yahweh or Yah in its abbreviation is related to Jawa, which is ships or a fleet within the Arabic, and Jah, which is to drag. And there is this morphological switch between the Y and the J. And again, we see that the abbreviation of Yahweh, Yah, is found in Oniyah, which again is a Hebrew word for a ship. Now, Within the Greek traditions of the Watcher, now the word drakein, which is to watch, or is coming from the word to shine or to flash, is a type of dragon. But we see also that there is this correspondence also with the Greek word of theros, which is a watcher. Now the word theros, a watcher, is related in the Greek to therion, which is a beast, which is a type of wild animal. But within the book of Revelations and within the apocryphal traditions, therion, a beast, is also used to denote a dragon. So theros, a watcher, in this respect can be understood to be a type of dragon, and we find this relationship also within the Hebrew of the etymology of seraph, which is related to sopheth, a watcher. So this is a type of seraphim, serapha, which is fire. So when we look at the Greek etymology, we see that there's this connection between theros, which is a watcher, and thurios, which is a type of shield. As we said before, this shield is a type of flying shield which is related to the angels and their host. And once again we see that there is this correspondence between thurio, which is to catch or to trap. Now we need to understand in this respect that theos, a god, is very closely synonymous with the etymology of thurios, which is a watcher, and we find the same correspondence in the Hebrew between the Elohim, El, which is a type of deity, and which is a watcher. So again, this is a polyglottal wordplay. The same type of wordplays are playing out within the various different languages. Now in the Hebrew, the generic word for an angelic messenger is malach, which is an angel. In a literal sense, it's one who is a messenger, a type of emissary. Now malach, an angel, again is a cognate of makal, which is a type of container. A container is a cytological symbol. Now cytology is the study of vessels. In this respect, kutos, which is a type of vessel. So makal is a container and is related to mikak, which is to take or to seize. So a vessel in this respect is really understood to be a type of angelic ship or a vessel or a container. If you like, this is a carrier of the angels. So again, there is this correspondence between malach, an angel, mekal, a container, which is a type of vessel, and mikak, which is to take or to seize. Again, there are polyglottal correspondences also within the Greek language also. So for example, angelos, which is a messenger, which is used to convey conceptually the idea of an angel, is related to angion, which is a type of vessel or a container. Again, another etymology for a vessel or a container in the Greek is angos, which is a type of vessel. And again, this is a cytological signifier of angrio, which is to take or to seize by hunting. And I think that this is also an interesting idea, that the angels are often deemed to be a type of hunters, and this is because of their correspondence to taking or to seizing, which can be symbolized as a type of hunter, one who seeks or hunts. Now when we look at the seraphim, which in the Judaic tradition is a non-type of human angel, a non-human angel, so in this respect they can be understood to be alien, we see that there is this, if you like, this correlation between seraph, which is a snake, angel or dragon, sephira, which is a sphere, which is a symbol of the Ophanim wheels, which, as we said before, is a conveyor of the angels. It's a type of angelic vehicle. Again, the wheels are often stylized with the chariot, or in addition we have the symbol of the throne as well, which can be combined with the wheel, which is the throne chariot. This idea that the angel is a ruler over the world, or he has dominion over mankind. So we see that there is this correspondence with seraph, a snake, angel or dragon, a type of alien, this non-human angel, sephira, which is a sphere, which is a symbol of the Ophanim wheels, and shover, which is a captor. And again, there is this, if you like, this morphological switch between the v, f and the p sound within the Indo-European languages. So moving on, we're going to look now at the Gahl or the Djinn, and again the Gahl or the Djinn are equated with snatching or seizing people. Now the Gahl traditionally is understood to be a type of vampiric being, and so there is this correspondence with this idea that the Gahl is often hungry, and in symbolism it's sometimes represented as an emaciated being. So the skeleton is a very important symbol, and again the skeleton looks very much like like a grey alien. So the grey alien can be understood as this emaciated being. And this idea that the grey alien looks like a skeleton also goes back into the worship of ancestral beings as well. So we see the insertion of the skeleton as a symbol of the Djinn. So we have Gahl, which is a type of vampire. It is related in the Arabic to Gula, which is a bowl or a globe. Now the bowl is used sacrificially as a receptacle or a vessel, and I've highlighted the correspondence in the Semitic and Greek between votive vessels and flying saucers, because the votive vessel traditionally represents an angelic carrier, this idea that the angelic carrier takes away or seizes. So the offering is relayed or is given to the angel. So we see that there is this correspondence between Gahl and Gula, which is a bowl, which is a sacrificial bowl, but again that there is this etymology between Gahl and Gahl, which is a type of wheel. Again, Gahl in the ancient Semitic was another word which was interchangeable with Ophan, a wheel, used in collectively to refer to the angels, the Ophanim. Now the reason why they were referred to as the Ophanim is obviously because of the symbolism of the chariot, but the wheel also, the angelic vessel, according to the book of Jeremiah, was constructed by a series of cogs or interconnected wheels, and so the wheel is used to refer actually specifically to the angelic vessel and its construction. So we see here that there is this correspondence between Gahl, which is a Djinn or a vampire, Gula, which is a bowl or a type of globe. Again, there is a close correspondence with Gahl, which is a wheel, and Gala, which is to seize. Now, another etymology, the generic word for the Gahl is a Djinn, which is a type of spirit or a supernatural being. Now again, the Djinn are related to Junna, which is a shield in the Aramaic, and Jah, which is to drag. So the Djinn again are interrelated with this idea of taking or to seize. Similarly, also within the Greek, we have Pooi, which are the Harpies. Now the Harpies are a type of female demon, but the etymology of Pooi literally means to abduct or to steal. Now the Harpies are related to Apollon, which is a shield, and Pooi, which is an abductor or a snatcher. So again, this idea of stealing or taking. So in the Greek, likewise, we have the Lamia. Now the Lamia is very similar to a vampire, and is very similar in the Arabic etymology to a Gahl. So the Lamia can be understood to be a type of Gahl. The Lamia traditionally is a female demon. It is represented as a serpent, which would make that the Lamia in this respect would correspond to a Seraphim or a dragon. Now the Lamia can be linked in numismatic symbolism to Lamina, which is a coin. The coin is used sacrificially in terms of symbolically to refer to redemption, which is to buy back. Now the coin is another signifier of an angelic vessel. So we have the votive dish, but the coin also is circular and is used to refer to this idea of buying back or purchasing redemption for sin. Now the coin is often this serrated edge as well, and again in the symbolism it is interconnecting with this idea of a cog. So the serrated edge of the coin is actually denoting the edge of a cog. So we have with the vampire being of the Lamia, which is symbolized as the serpent, we have the idea of lambainin, which is to take hold of, to seize, to grab. So the lizards or the seraphim are akin to those who snatch or take, and again we're finding this correspondence in the Greek with Saurus, which is a lizard, Saurus, which is a type of urn. Again, this is a cytological symbol of a carrier. In this respect, the urn carries the ashes. So again, has this connotation of sacrifice and is related to the idea of burning, again, which is correlated with the seraphim, Serapha, which is fire. And we have Sura, which is to drag off or to take. And lastly, we can go into the English etymology of dragon as well. Now the dragon is a type of watcher or a reptile, and again drakain is to watch, and as this connotation of shining is related to the etymology of flashing within the Greek. In the old Greek, drakos is used to refer to an eye at a symbolic level. So we've got dragon, which is a type of reptile, and in English we have a type of draywagon. Drehwagen is a pun on dragon, which is a large cart. Now the cart again is this idea of a wheel. The wheel is a signifier of the Ophanim wheels, which relates to the angels and their carriers. And then we have drag, which is to drag off, from the Old English etymology of dragan, which is to pull. So this idea of dragging off, seizing, taking is related to the dragons. So as we said before, in the earliest etymologies, the idea of abduction would go back to the angelic hosts. The both hosts would be related to Salb, which would be abduction. Again, Yah, which is an abbreviation of Yahweh, would be correlated with Jah, which would be to drag off. In the Greek, we said Theos, a god, would be related to Therio, which is to catch or to grab. And again, this idea that the angels also take or steal is found in the correspondence between Malach, an angel, which was a messenger, and Mikach, which is to take or to seize. So if we're going to summarize this, then we can say then we can deduce that a god, an angel, or a Djinn, usually within the symbolism, they are related to a reptile. As we've said before, the angelic host is differentiated between a non-human host, which are the Seraphim, and then the human host are the cherubim. They work hand in hand, so they work together, and they're usually seen together, certainly within the Apocrypha and the biblical tradition, but also within the modern occult symbolism of ufology. We find that there are human and non-human aliens which seem to be working together, and so this is a very ancient idea. But we can see then that the gods, the angels, and the Djinn, these all go back to vehicles, and in particular they go back to circular vessels. Now the circular vessels are symbolic of the Ophanim wheels or the shields, and we find this idea or correspondence that the deities steal or that they carry away. Again, there is this correlation with their angelic carriers within the religious and the mythological tradition. This idea that the vessel or the carrier of a deity is typically equated with human theft or kidnapping. Okay, that's basically a summary of ancient alien abduction, but in particular that in the ancient languages the gods and the angels, importantly, were connected to this idea of stealing, of taking away, of abducting. And this not only goes back into the religious traditions, but also intersects with the mythological traditions of the traditions, for examples, of the Arpis, Pooi, which is to abduct or to steal. As we said before, Opalon, which is a shield, and within the symbolism, Opalon, a shield, would be related to Opalite, which would be a soldier. In this respect, this would be the angelic host. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please give me a thumbs up. It's great to be talking again. This is Pierre Sabak. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.